I want to welcome you to the Colonel channel.
This is going to be exciting. Welcome back to the Colonel channel. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Lee R. Wolfgram, and I am the self-proclaimed commander of the Colonel channel, and I get to be because I'm actually a retired colonel. And the Colonel channel has a mission here, and it is threefold. That is to entertain, to educate, and inform. And so for those of you that like the entertainment part, watch some of the other segments. If you want a little background on the Colonel channel, go back to the launch segment. And in the launch segment, actually, there's a news story. I am introducing this new sit rep is a way that we report things from the field, that we can be brief about it. And so I'm going to make these 3 to 5 minutes of consumable information that you can use, and it'll help you kind of understand. So I'm going to start with, first of all, sort of big picture, and then I'm going to bring it down to a level that's real basic to understand. I'm going to use the tools that I have here in the bunker to be able to illustrate those concepts very rapidly. And then we'll have future sit reps because I anticipate there is going to be an offensive by the Ukrainian Army, and the Russians are getting their asses handed to them right now. They are getting their asses kicked. And it's only going to get more intense as the NATO weapon systems make it into the actual lines and are started to be employed by the Ukrainians. It's just going to get worse for the Russians. And I want to be able to predict that with you and show you how I predict that. And so I'll qualify myself so you understand that what I tell you is actually true. So I'm a retired lieutenant colonel with 34 years of military service combined, reserve, guard, active duty, about 10 of each. I'm a graduate of the United States Army Basic Training, Helicopter Repair Course, ROTC program. I am a basic course aviation officer qualified, honor graduate of the Aviation Advanced Officer course, a graduate of the Command and Service Staff School. I am also a graduate of the Command and General Staff College. I have been awarded the Combat Action Badge. I was on the invasion of Iraq, and I, within the last 12 months, have been to Ukraine. So I kind of come to you knowing what I'm talking about. So that just gives you a little bit of information so that you can put the information I provide in context. With that introduction, I'm going to jump right in, and I'm going to explain big picture to small picture. I'll give you that information. I'll also give you some information about just main events that have occurred during the week. Most notably, here at the end, we're going to touch on this collision between a fighter and an American drone. With that said, let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to real briefly sort of orient you to the world situation as it was during the period that was actually the Soviet Union. As you see, that's the Soviet Union now. It's Russia stands alone. So all of those countries, to include Ukraine, used to be part of Russia. Let's zoom down here. Look at the map here. This is the current forces that are engaged right now in the northeastern area of Ukraine. That's the Donbass area you hear about. This is what a platoon is. It's about 3 vehicles, 3 to 5 vehicles. This is what a company is. It's 9 to 10 vehicles. And this is a battalion. This is what my rank is. And this war is being fought by battalion commanders. So they're managed. Here is the setup of battalions. And the Russians have been getting their asses handed to them. And this is the rate of losses in their offensive. This is supposed to have been the Russian offensive this season. And actually the Russians have lost their forces, had to completely reconstitute here because essentially they didn't make any significant ground. Now the Ukrainians are now back at the same set. You heard about the MiG that shot down, the MiG-29. Here is a Reaper, and this is a big thing. Look at this damn thing. you're not going to want. These are how you fly a Reaper, right? This is a console here. And here's some footage that was released by the Pentagon here. And you're going to see the approach here. And, you know, they're talking about, was this some aggressive move? Yeah, he's messing with it, but he's dumping fuel for what? I don't know how long out there you got to dump fuel. It's, okay, so that part of it on that approach, I don't know what that was supposed to do, start dumping fuel way back then. But, okay, we're going to watch the one where there was actually a strike here. And let me tell you this is shitty pilot. You don't hit anything at that speed. That's ridiculous. That's bad training, bad pilot. I wasn't impressed with anything I saw there. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to recreate that with a MiG-29, okay? And here you see the bent prop. Now, I've got a full motion simulator, turns out. I've been flying military simulators my entire career, and I built myself a simulator that rivals any of them. So this is a full motion, 3-axis virtual reality. I only have the screen up there so that you can see what's at what one I guess 2-dimensional view of what I'm seeing 3D. So but this thing operates on all axis. I've got this set up. I can fly any aircraft. I can remove that side click. I can actually turn this into a car, stock car, if I want to. So I've got it set up as a MiG-29, and we're going to see how we do this. For those of you that are coming back and viewing again, I really enjoy doing this. If you want to get that unique military perspective, we're going to do some really good military analysis on this sit rep portion. Until then, Wolf 6 out.